Hey, what's going on guys? So we're taking a look at this Kinivo BTR200 HD Bluetooth audio receiver. This is just the box that the product comes in. It's pretty fancy packaging, but I won't spend too much time on the box because of course what we care about is inside the box. So this is everything that we get in the box here. We have your standard 3.5mm to white and red audio cable adapter, just for kind of plugging this into receivers and things like that. Then we have your standard micro USB cable. As you can see, this receiver here is plugged in, but it's plugged in with a different micro USB cable, so it's not like it comes with two or anything like that. So we do have a standard micro USB cable for, of course, powering the device. Then we have a USB wall adapter for if you want to plug in the receiver to a wall rather than your computer or something like that. We also just have a quick reference guide, which is pretty useful. You can just kind of open it up and it shows you everything that you need to do in order to set this up. It's not like a super long manual or anything like that. It's a very nice, easy to follow quick reference guide. The device itself here has a very nice black and silver finish. It has a nice little NFC tag on the top here, so if you're wanting to pair your Android device with this, rather than having to go into your Bluetooth settings and all that, you can simply turn on NFC pairing and tap your Android device onto the top of the device here, and then it will of course go ahead and pair this automatically, which is a lot easier than going into your phone's Bluetooth settings and doing all of that. If you are not able to use the NFC tag on the top here, you simply hold in this little connect button and it will put the Kinivo BTR200 into a pairing mode, which will be indicated by the LED here, which is very easy to use and all of that. I don't think using the NFC tag is that much easier than just pairing it manually, but it's still nice to see that we have the option of using the NFC tag on the front here. We do have a nice LED indicator on the front that tells you if it's in pairing mode or connected and all of that. One thing that really surprised me was just the weight of the product overall. I have a bunch of these Bluetooth audio receivers and they're all really light, just because, especially ones like this size, I don't know why, but maybe there's just not all that much equipment in here, but this one has a very good weight to it, which makes me feel like it's just a very high quality product. Like I said, I have a bunch of these and they're all really light, but that is not the case with this one. This one isn't super heavy or anything like that, but it's just heavy enough that it kind of makes you feel like you've purchased a quality product, which is good. I don't know if they intentionally weighted it or anything like that, but it definitely feels solid and very well built. On the back of the device here, we have two output options. We have digital and analog. Digital is our Toslink or optical audio cable, and to use this option, we simply put the switch to digital, and if we wish to use the analog or the 3.5mm jack, we can simply switch the switch to analog, and then it will go ahead and output through the analog output. It's very nice that this device was set up this way because it enables you to connect this to multiple devices. Say you wanted to have it connected to both a digital and analog device, you could do that because of the switch here. Rather than just having two output options and no switch, which would make you choose one or the other, because you have the switch here, you're actually able to kind of switch between them, so you can have it connected and outputting to multiple devices, and you just switch the little switch here depending on which device you'd like to output to. The only other thing here is the standard micro USB power input, which is just of course used to power the device. Once this Bluetooth receiver is plugged in, we will have a blinking blue LED here. This blue LED is solid because it is connected to my phone, but initially it will just be a kind of blinking blue LED, and to go ahead and put this into pairing mode, you simply hold in the connect button, and then it should start flashing blue and red like this. So it flashes blue and red, which is indicating that it is in pairing mode. And if you're on an iPhone, in which case NFC is limited to Apple Pay and you can't actually use it for anything else, you will have to go into your phone's Bluetooth settings, and because this is in pairing mode, it will show up down here in our others devices section. So we can of course simply tap on it, and then it will turn blue rather than blue and red once it is successfully paired with my iPhone here. As you can see, the LED went solid, and that just means it is connected. So now we can go ahead and connect a speaker to it. Ideally, since this isn't rechargeable, you would kind of put this in a permanent location, maybe right on top of your receiver or something like that, and kind of outputting audio through a whole speaker system or something like that. The way I'm kind of doing it in this example is really not good at all, especially considering I'm going to be playing it through the Bluetooth speaker, which you could use anyway. But basically this makes non-wireless speakers wireless, which is very easy. So you can kind of walk around your house with your phone in your pocket, outputting music to this, which then plays it through your speaker system throughout your house or something like that, which is very easy rather than having to have your phone wired to the speaker system all the time. So I will go ahead and show you how this works just using a standard analog 3.5mm cable, and I will go ahead and plug this into the back here where it says analog, and then you want to make sure the switch is on analog here, like it is, and then I will plug it into what is actually a Bluetooth speaker, which is totally defeating the purpose of this, but I'm just kind of giving you an example of how it works. So we will go ahead and just plug this into a speaker here. Now we will go ahead and play music through the speaker without actually connecting to the speaker, which is of course what this audio receiver does. So we will go ahead and go into our music here. Hopefully I'm not going to get all the copyright strikes. As you can see, we are outputting to the Kinivo BTR200. It is not connected to the speaker or anything like that. It's just connected to this device here, which is going to play the music through the speaker. So we will go ahead and just play a song here like this. And if we go ahead and check what we're outputting to, it's outputting to the Kinivo BTR200 here. So it's not connected to the speaker at all. It is actually connected to this here, which is of course playing it through the speaker, through the analog connection with the 3.5mm cable. So if you do have a higher end receiver or something like that, you can of course use a Toslink or optical cable, and then you can of course have a digital connection rather than a analog connection, which I'm pretty sure will be higher quality. I'm not actually sure. I mean, obviously optical cables support higher quality audio than 3.5mm cables, but I'm not sure, just with the limitations of this device, if you would actually get higher quality audio by using a Toslink cable. Like I said, I'm not entirely sure about that. I've tested both the digital and analog output options, however I haven't really had any way to compare them head to head, so I'm not sure if in this situation using optical will actually give you higher quality audio. However, obviously I would use the Toslink cable over the analog option if you are able to. So if you have a higher end receiver or a sound system or something like that that takes a Toslink cable, you can of course plug in the Toslink cable to this and then plug it into your audio system, and then you will be able to stream music wirelessly to whatever audio system you have this plugged into. The ability to both use the optical cable and the 3.5mm cable is very nice because it makes this device very versatile. If you don't have such a high-end audio system, or you just have a basic speaker or something like that, you are still able to use a 3.5mm cable, but you also have the option of using the digital Toslink cable, which is very nice, and I haven't really seen that in many audio receivers. Like I said, I have a ton of these things, but they all only output out of the analog 3.5mm cables. So utilizing digital outputs and being able to output to a higher end sound system is very nice, and it definitely makes me recommend this Kinivo Bluetooth audio receiver over other ones that are similar. So as I mentioned, I would definitely recommend this Kinivo BTR200 HD Bluetooth audio receiver over similar ones. One of the main problems I've had with other receivers like this is that they either kind of play nice with either Android or iPhone, not both of them. That is definitely not the case with this one from Kinivo. Haven't had any problems using it on both iPhone and Android. The NFC pairing on Android is very nice. Unfortunately, iPhone does not support that at this time, but connecting via Bluetooth really wasn't all that bad either. I found that the audio quality out of this wasn't any better than any other one I've used. It's not like it's bad or anything like that, but it wasn't anything special in that sense. But just how easy it is to set up and use and all of that made my experience with it very, very pleasant. If you're a huge audiophile, I'm sure you'd notice a difference in sound quality, but at the same time it's not really appealing to people that are like that, because I'm sure audiophiles would never use something in a wireless setup anyway. So this is definitely more for the casual music listener, maybe just the family that wants to easily play music throughout their house and all of that. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this review. If you enjoyed the video, then a like rating is always appreciated. If you just like the video, feel free to leave a dislike, but please kind of also comment and tell me why you dislike the video so I can go ahead and try to improve upon my videos in the future. This has been Jordan from Joe Reviews. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next review.